I was at the gym today, and I was coming back from I was coming back from my work today, and I'm tired as hell. I decided to stop by the gym. I didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go. I was kind of tired, you know. I wanted to get my sleep, because if you get obviously less than 8 hours of sleep, you lose testosterone, which I didn't want to do. So, but I knew I had to stretch and I had to do my routine because I slacked off the past 2 days. I did like a 20-30 minute workout instead of a needed one. So I go there, and before I get some food, because you can't work out on an empty stomach. You know, Steven Seagal taught us that. So basically, if I get my food, I'm sitting in the parking lot next to the gym. And I'm waiting to get in the gym. And as I'm waiting, I'm eating my food. And I found a meditation video my friend sent me. And I message him like, bro, I'm tired as hell. I just don't want to do it. I literally record myself. And look at this little sussy out here, you know. So, as I'm sitting and waiting there, I kind of take a little nap. I lie back in my chair for 2 minutes because I need to regenerate. And after I take my little nap, I'm finally recovered. And I have enough, just enough energy to get in the gym. So I get in there. And I start doing my stuff. I talk to my dad. I reply a few WhatsApps. We both exchange, you know. He's been having some problems back in Dagestan. His roof has been leaking. So he's saying, you know, it's annoying, you know, you can't fix your roof really until the rain stops. So then you put the clay and everything over. And I was like, that makes sense. So I told him about my own stuff, you know, the problems, challenges, difficulties. And afterwards, I go and get my bench. And I take off my shirt because I'm a jacked motherfucker. And I start doing my exercises for bench. And before I do them, I warm up. So, you know, I jump, I bounce around a little. I'm in my boxing stance. I pump, pow, pow, pow. And as I'm doing this, there's these two dudes. They're, you know, not too big. Just like high school age dudes. Maybe one is like 200 pounds. 5'8", 5'9". Mushroom haircut. Curly hair. The other dude's a little shorter, a little less beefy. And they're doing whatever the fuck they do. So I'm sitting there, I'm working out, doing my stuff. And then all of a sudden, as I'm bouncing around, he waves at me, and I see him through my headphones. So I'm in my headphones, and I see him like wave to me. Like, oh, what does he want? So I take off my headphone, and I'm happy because maybe he wants to, you know, talk and chat. So I walk over, and I'm like, yo, what up? And he says, yo, my friend wants to. He did some funny joke. He's like, yo, my friend wants to box me. Or he's like, yeah, you box, whatever the fuck you do. And I'm like, oh yeah, fine, yeah, let's box, bro, you know. This, like, I'm from Russia, bro. Hell yeah, let's do it. And he's like, oh, what? You're from Russia? Really? And he says, how is that? That's crazy, you know. Really, there's no shot. What's her name? And I'm like, you know, Rustam. He starts talking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm starting to kind of view this as a little bit funny because, and I'm like, oh, where are you from? He's like, oh yeah, I'm actually from, it's like, I hate Habib. And he makes some weird joke, and I'm like, what? And he's like, nah, I'm just kidding. He's like, are you Orthodox, or are you Muslim? And just to explain for context, this is like this part of town. There's some Greeks and some non-Greeks, and Greeks are dominated, or, you know, there's always like controversy. So the Greeks are always like in a conflict with some other type. So obviously I am Orthodox. I was, you know, in a Russian church. I was baptized when I was little. I just don't have my cross, unfortunately, on me right now. So I say, yeah, well, you know, I'm Orthodox, so what? Now, I don't say I, you know, believe there's some good points, but I'm not like a crazy, you know, Orthodox guy. So I'm like, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm Orthodox. He's like, okay, good, yeah. It's like my brother, whatever. The classic, like, you know, like gang forming. Like, well, where are you from? You know, are you part of us? Are you not part of us? So I said, okay. We start chatting. We talk more, and the more we talk, the crazier it gets because the more he asks me questions, and the questions he asks me different stuff. He says, you know, where do you work? How do you do? Like, how have you been? How much you bench? Or how much do you? He's like, prove me you're Russian. So I'm like, okay, well, Russians, you know, they're good at calisthenics. So I hop on the bar, I do a few muscle ups for him, and I'm kind of smiling. And he's like, nah, why are you always smiling, bro? Why are you smiling? And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I start laughing because it's just so funny. Like, no, bro. And then, you know, I move over to the bench, I sit down, and he starts talking. And then I'm looking at him, so I'm looking at him like up and down, you know, like kind of checking him out. And I'm looking at him from like a male perspective of like improvement. So I'm looking at him like, okay, where can you improve? How can you pull more hose? So I'm looking at him, and I'm basically just kind of like analyzing him. Like, okay, he's a fat guy. I mean, he's not fat, he's chubby, you know, classic, like standard guy. Mushroom haircut again, like fucking buzzed in the little sides and the little curly hair up. So I'm like, yo, if you get your jaws a little better, and I look at him, he's got a good butt in terms of like, you know, he's just bigger. So I'm kind of glancing at it. He's like, I wasn't even looking at it. He's like, hey, why are you looking at my butt, bro? He's like, you gay or something? And I'm like, nah, bro, like, it's just funny. So he says, why do you keep looking at my legs? And he's wearing these shorts, like, just to say, he's wearing these little shorts, you know, that are like up to here. So he's got these like thick legs. So it's kind of funny looking. So I just look at him up and down, and he's like, yo, you box? And he starts like doing these moves, getting closer to me, like in my face, all this stuff. And so I'm like, okay, what is this little motherfucker doing? So I'm like kind of looking at him, and I'm starting to remember, I'm like, these are the kids, you know, who are around. He's like my age. He's under 20. Kid who's under 20. My age, he's like kind of talking to me, chilling. The difference between us, the more I talk to him, the more he doesn't believe me. And the reason he doesn't believe me is because, well, I'm actually doing much more than he expected. I keep telling him, I have a few jobs. He says, oh really, what are they? And I don't know why, maybe it's because I haven't talked to like just dudes in a while. I mainly just kind of hang alone or with my closest friend, 2 of them. But that happens usually every once a week. Mostly I'm by myself or I'm with some chick to get feminine energy. So I'm trying to be mysterious probably from the pimp game, and I'm like, oh well, one job is secret. So this makes him even more suspicious. He's like, oh, secret? He's like, nah, this guy tripping. His friends comes over, one guy. And his friend is, you know, he's a little intimidated by me. He's kind of like, oh, yo, let's go work out, you know. Yo, like, oh, yeah, like these awkward laughs and stuff. Because he's smaller, obviously. And he's like, yo, where you working? I'm like, okay, well, one is like, you know, Costco wholesale. Like, Costco's a good place. I'm like, you should work there. Because I want to help him. So I look at him. And like, you get paid, you know, a pretty high price. It's like $18.50 an hour. On weekdays and on weekends, you get times and a half. So it's almost like 30. So then, he's like, what? Nah, he's tripping. What? Zero research. He says, nah, this guy's tripping. What the fuck? And he's like, oh, this is, and he talks to his buddy. He's like, this guy's saying, you know, Costco, you make all this money, and you make like 30 an hour. He's like, yeah, then every would be working there. And, you know, racial slurs. So I kind of look at him, I'm like, bro, for real, like, look it fucking up. It's literally public information. Doesn't look it up. So I'm like looking up, and in the middle of looking up, I kind of pause. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this shit? This little jit standing in front of me, bro. And he's like, he does this weird shit. I don't know what the fuck they do. It's like, fuck. You're like, when he walks past, he's kind of like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like sticking his tongue out, like fucking. So I'm looking at this guy, and I start like he's like, no, you definitely tell me, where you actually from? And the more I look at him, the more clowner, like he just looks like a clown. And his buddy's wearing like little earrings. I start laughing a little more because it's so funny. He's like, bro, why are you like, you just fucking, you're lying, bro. Like, you weird, bro. Like, are you gay or something? Like, why are you laughing at me? Why are you looking at my butt, bro? I'm not even looking at your butt. This dude leaves. And he keeps, like, coming back, you know. He's like, yo, let's do boxing. He flashes his little hands in front of my face. He's like, but you also gotta do kicks. I'm like, okay, let's try it. He, like, taps me on the thigh a little bit. And at this point, I'm getting a little annoyed. When he comes a little too close, and he does this weird, like, and then he, like, tries to touch me or some shit. I'm like, what if I just fucking stand up and just smack this guy in the nose or the jaw? And he's gonna fucking fall. And he falls. And he's gonna be, yo, chill, what are you doing, bro? And his buddy's gonna run because they're a little pussy. But after that flush of anger comes out, I don't do it because I'm like, fuck, I like this gym. I don't want to get excluded from this gym, bro. Like, I don't want any beef. So, I'm like, okay, maybe this kid is just like, I don't know, I feel kind of bad now at this point. I feel bad for these guys. Not for myself. Because it's fear. And because in another situation, I would have been scared shitless, bro. If I would take me back in like sixth grade, like early middle school, when I wasn't as jacked and I wasn't as confident, I wasn't as strong. And I would have said like, at that exact moment, I would have been intimidated as fuck. I would have been sitting there like, all this funny stuff, like laughing, because I would have been scared he's gonna come over and like maybe keep messing with me. At this point, I'm just kind of annoyed. I was like, yo, let's go box. Funny as shit. I'm like, I have physical boxing gear in my car. He's like, just be quiet, all of a sudden. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it, maybe after workout. Once you get serious, just stops out of nowhere. What the fuck? Next. I'm talking to him. I'm doing my set, benching. So I'm squeezing my benches because I'm tired as a motherfucker. And I start looking at this guy and I say, what is this kid doing? He's probably on his mom's back. 18, 19 years old, you know, how old? 17, whatever the fuck he is. And he's just like, zero hardships in his life. Zero problems. Probably works somewhere like a little bit part-time, fucking parties. And it just makes me sad, bro. It just makes me sad all of a sudden. Because I look at him and his buddy and I play some music. That's where she's, yo, turn this shit off. And then I reach for my water bottle and he's like, oh, yo, no, I'm actually kidding. I feel bad. Keep the music on. And I don't, like, before, I would have felt intimidated. I would have been like, who is this guy? Why is he saying this stuff to me? So I would have probably, like, been like some clown shit. Where I would have been like, oh, yeah, some funny stuff. Funny, funny. I ignored him, but before that, whenever he says something like that, I would just look at him like, bro, this isn't funny. Like, what are you doing? It's not that I'm intimidated. It's that they play these games, which I don't understand. These games of like, well, this one guy is gonna, you know, like, I'm gonna try to look tough because I want to be cool. Because obviously, you know, I'm also jacked, and I also, like, I'm tall, and I have my stuff, and I had a blade on me. So he probably thinks I'm all proper intimidated and stuff. Or like, you know, I'm a big guy, so I want to be tough. And so he's trying to play these, like, hard games of like, yeah, I'm tough, bro. Like, yeah. What is weak shit? So he's trying to put on this act. And I can't, how am I supposed to tell him? I want to just say, bro, you don't have to put this act on. Tell me the last time you fapped. The last time you masturbated or some shit. And, like, you don't even consider that when that's the actual, like, improvement you gotta do. Tell me the last time you, like, fucking, you eat junk food. Tell me about your health, bro. Tell me how many chicks you're getting. Not how much, oh yeah, this girl followed me on Instagram. How many women have you actually went out with? And if not, why are you not going out with them? Maybe because your face is a little fat? Maybe if you took some orthotropics and worked on your jaw, it would have been better? Do you feel good? I wanted to ask him that. Do you feel good? When was the last time you fapped? Probably a few hours ago. When was the last time you ate donuts and shit? When was the last time you didn't listen to rap music? And then he turns on this rap music, starts blasting this shit. Just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, like, fucking this weird ass shit. How did they even work out to this? How, bro? When I hear that stuff, I want to throw up and go to bed at the same time. And he's just listening to that. With his buddy, putting on an act that's not his true self. I know it's not your true self, bro. Why are you putting on this persona? Nobody needs this. And the problem is, like, these guys, they fuck up my and your girl. You, the guy who's watching this, maybe for a girl. These people fuck up our girls. They fuck up my women and your women, our women. Because these young girls go out with these dudes and they think that they're the standard. They think that all guys think like this. They think that these guys are like the best. And they're like the cool guys. And every single guy, there's no different guys. That's how you do. They listen to rap and they fucking talk about their dicks and they just talk about like this with their fucking curly hair. And I've been with enough chicks, way more than that guy, trust me, to understand how their psychology works, especially when they're younger. Especially when they're younger. The girls, when they're younger, they just want to go to parties. Oh, well, you know, Claire is going, Maddie's gonna be there. Well, I gotta go too, or else, you know, they're gonna bully me, or else I'm gonna be kind of this weird girl. Fucking smoke. Excuse me, guys. Or else they're gonna bully me, or they're gonna do some stuff, and at school I'm not gonna be as cool. I wanna hang out with the cool kids. And they come to fucking these guys' house. I forgot his name, honestly, because I don't even remember. Let's call him Brandon. They go to Brandon's house, and then Brandon is shooting a party, and Brandon is fucking intimidated. He puts on an act. He's not his true self in front of these girls. And these girls are putting on an act as well. They're all putting on an act. Brandon is turning up some rap music because it's fear. He's scared to not turn on rap music. What the fuck else would he turn on? Would he turn up some other stuff? Would he turn on, like, I don't know, some cultural music or whatever? Then, oh, Brandon is weird. But is he really weird if he turns that on? He's not. So they put on this act. And they mess up our girls because the girls think that this is what all the dudes are doing. So then they fuck up their mental health. They turn my and your women masculine because they're little pussies. This was the next point. Funniest shit, bro. Like, I was talking to my friend and I was like, well, you know, maybe we need these guys. Maybe, like, they aren't too bad. Maybe that's like the masculinity. Is it masculinity? Really? What masculine stuff did he do? Remember, masculinity is like being straight. It's like a mountain. You can't be moved. You're going towards a purpose. I don't see anything masculine he did. He went to the gym, okay? So what? I don't see him working jobs. I don't see him trying to improve. I don't see him doing anything. I don't see any hardships. Hardships build men up. And because of these little faggots, the chicks that hang out with them, excuse the language, the women that hang out with them, they turn masculine. And these beautiful feminine women start hitting their vapes and they start hitting all this stuff because they don't feel protected. They can't submit in their presence. I don't think that's masculine. He lives with his little mommy. Oh yeah, tough guy outside. The funniest shit, listen to this. They were both kind of, you know, talking to me and they were trying to put on this act. Now the funniest thing is if they were separated, there was maybe a few of them there, I forget. It was like two of them mainly and then third guy came in and the fourth guy came in. They were each separated in different corners of the gym. If he stood there on the one corner of the gym and I stood there on the other corner of the gym, he wouldn't have been acting the same, oh trust me. He would have thought, oh, who the fuck is that guy over in the corner? Well, I don't want to fucking talk to him. He looks a little big. I'll just put on my headphones. You've seen that too, right? Remember that guy who's you're kind of like iffy with? You have tensions with this guy, and you know when you were little, maybe in high school, and you would find him alone, and he kind of like starts like kind of like looking away, like doing all this shit, because he feels a little scared. There's no boys around me. I don't have to flex in front of everybody. Oh shit, well I'm just gonna leave this guy alone. I'll hope he doesn't walk over to me. I'll just put on my headphones. That's the exact stuff you would have done, little pussy shit. Like sheep in a flock, yeah, it's like bah, bah, bah. Once you separate them, they're like bah, little scared little cunts. That's why I was laughing at this guy. I'm looking at him. I was about to say, bro, you're the definition of a Jeffrey. You're the definition of an incel. And I've said that to him. And he would have thought I was weird for saying the truth when if he reached deep down in his mind, he would have understood that maybe this guy's right. My life isn't as good. These are the people who I'm trying to not associate with. And I feel bad for the girls again. That's the only thing is what's sad. They mess up our women. They mess up our women. I've seen these girls. Some girls understand them. Shout out to you. But I've seen and been with enough girls to understand that like this is just, it's not good. When these dudes do that stuff. Sorry, I'm running out of. When these dudes do that stuff, the girls get the wrong impression. And it fucks up my dating market. And then these guys grow older. This is the funny stuff. And then they start getting responsibility. They grow older because, you know, like, and the thing is, like, for me, let me give it back to this point. I want to talk about this before I go to the final thing about growing old. And, you know, obviously, I walk around, I'm trying to save girls from this stuff. I'm literally walking around, I'm trying to pick up chicks here and there, take them, you know, take them out, spend money on them a little bit. Not too much, you know, show them what a real man looks like. Make them have fun. Big, strong guy. It's okay, you can relax, honey. Like, it's all good. I got you. And I save some girls. They start opening up to me more towards the end of the, like, you know, the go out. They're like complaining a little bit. They're like, yeah, you know, it is kind of annoying and all this stuff. Their femininity comes out because I penetrate them with my love and they can submit and relax in my presence. But I can't save every fucking girl, bro. I'm a superhero, bro. I'm one of the superheroes. I'm saving girls left and right, bro. But I can't save all the fucking chicks, bro, from these little incels. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. You're the only bro. It's up to you. It's literally up to you. And the funniest thing is these motherfuckers, these little incels at the gym, they grow up like little jits. And towards like, they're a little under 20. So under 20, you know, that makes sense. Then they get older, because I talk to older guys too mostly. We get in the range of like 21, 22, 25. Like up to, you know, 21 to 25. Now, their parents start coming in and they say, hey, you know, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Why are you still living with us? Where's the job? Where's everything going? Or, you know, do stuff. So then they become a little more chill. They're like, oh, well, fuck this putting on an act. I'm gonna, yeah, fun stuff, you know, with their gang. They're like, yeah, cool, bro, yeah, rap shit, yeah, funny. But in reality, they're like, oh, I gotta start doing something. Start working a little more, kind of isolating more, maybe start some Twitch channel, whatever the fuck they do. And they calm down a little more. Or they take the other path, the university path, where it's like, oh yeah, now I'm 21, and I can't party anymore. Oh, yo, I'm in uni, life's so hard, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So hard, bro. I'm just, you know, it's okay, I'm just a college student, bro. I just wanna hang out. I'm not even working that hard, because uni is fucking easy, and I cheat on most of my stuff, but I like to fuck girls on Tinder around the campus. Yeah, so I'm set. Oh, yeah, mom, you know, can I have some money? Yeah, you know, hi, Mr. Bob. Yeah, I'm just, you know, a 22-year-old guy in uni. I'm just a little struggling. Yeah, high school days were fun. Yeah, you know, now I'm really trying to get this. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Little jit. That's some pussy shit. Why don't you start doing that stuff now? Put on more pressure. Before 20, bro. Why don't you do that stuff? I don't know. I really don't know, bro. But the problem is that you already fucked up the women after that. When you reach that finally realization age, 25 and up, when you're like, fuck, maybe I should have taken more care. It would have been better if I actually didn't put on these stupid acts. This is what I want to tell you guys. It's too late. You've already messed up the women. Because you ingrained it in them. And the women are degenerated. Degenerated. What the fuck? So I just want to tell you guys. Just, you don't have to put on an act, bro. Quit this shit. Walk up to some man, some dude who's your age, and don't try to act cool, bro. Just because he's buff. Don't try to act cool because you think he's cool. Talk some real stuff. Don't be saying all this nonsense. You don't need to. If you walk up to me, you don't have to walk up making some pun or saying like some fucking... I had this kid say the other day, like doing something like this shit, bro, fucking like, fucking jelking some kid say. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? I looked it up. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I didn't look it up. I asked what it means. He explained it to me. Fucking smoke. And I'm like, what is this shit? You don't have to do all this stuff. Just walk up to me. Say, yo, bro, how have you been? You know? Do you take cold showers in the morning? How many jobs do you work? Good stuff. Yeah, bro, I'm bulking. I want to get my own business started. I'm doing all this stuff, you know? I'm hustling. I want to invest. Fuck yeah. High testosterone. Why do you have to put this in this, like, little, like, weird incel shit? Stop fucking up my girls, bro.